And basically the conversation was like, who do you want? No, who do you want? Who do you want? No, who do you want? And it's like, they're both like, I need you to make a decision on who you want. But also, I haven't made my decision.
Exactly.
So. Hey guys, welcome to our channel. If you are new, if you are not new, welcome back, Sugar and Spice gang. Today we will be reviewing season 4, episode 10. But before we get into that, let's give a shout out to our subscriber of the week, Marie M. Marie, thank you for always being in our comments, sharing a laugh with us, watching our content. We appreciate you so much. And you suggested blue therapy to us. We didn't forget about that. Don't worry. We got a lot of content coming soon. So just hold on for that. Including a video we just put out about Chris from Ready to Love. We found a very interesting interview from him where he discusses how he feels about finances, marriage, and finances within the marriage. Slightly problematic, you know. And also, I just want to say... Look, I see a lot of people coming for Chris. You know, there's a lot of people going in on Chris. Y'all was going in on Chris a little bit. You know, we try to keep it positive. It was just looking at his point of view and discussing that we think it's wrong. Right. So that's all that was. I just wanted to clarify that. It's not a Chris hate train over here or anything like that. We don't hate anybody. We're all about the love. Yes. So, yeah, go check out that Chris breakdown video, the very last video we put out. For the rest of you, make sure you guys subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can get notified whenever we do new videos. Also, follow us on all our socials at Sugar and Spice 88 on TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. All right, let's get into this video. So, first scene, we pick up where we left off, which is, you're a Judas. So they go into Alexis exposing Amber for going on a date with Ron and kissing him. So then we find out that Chris does not know this information. Miss Open and Honest Amber. And, you know, he's saying in his confessional that it feels like a gut punch. It's like a shock to him. He had no clue. And Amber basically starts off, well, yes, it is true. But I mean, we all have done things. Alexis cuts her off. No, because this is different. And, you know, she says, how could you do that without telling me anything? So Amber apologizes. Well, first she says, let me explain. But then continues to not give an explanation. She basically says that, well, my friend was getting deployed, and so I decided I wanted to take him out. So Ron said, hey, I can get you guys in for free at this spot. So she says, okay. So then we get in free, and then I kissed him, and then, like, it wasn't nothing. That's it? I feel that's like a large chunk of information missing, because how do we jump from we got in free with my friend to we kissed him? Where's the middle part? Where did the kiss come in? Like, were you guys talking and he pulled you? And, you know, there was no information. Now, again, apparently behind the scenes, there's a lot of controversy with the editing of this show. So I don't know if the editor is a super villain. I don't know if he's Dr. Evil. I don't know what the heck is going on. But there's obviously some information missing.
I would not call that a date. I went to a place with my friends. Yes, Ron did kiss me and I permitted that to happen, but it didn't spark anything. Nothing changed. It wasn't that big of a deal.
She said that she kissed him. It didn't mean anything, so whatever. But that still doesn't explain why you did not tell Alexis afterwards. So, you know, regardless of how the kiss happened, you still have to tell your girl what happened. Right. So, I mean, but she did apologize for it. And Alexis is so sweet and so nice. She just accepted her apology. Just like that. It didn't even take much. So I guess they're able to move forward from there.
I mean, hey, if you like it, I love it. So
right. All right. So then we go into the next scene where Kyra pretty much suggests that we all take a dip into the jacuzzi. So Kyra comes out.
Oh man, hold on, sexy today. Men are visual, so I just thought, let me give him a little eye candy, something to look at.
Okay, Kyra, I see why you decided to suggest we go into the jacuzzi tonight, because she came.
She was ready, locked and loaded.
Yes. Liz says that she does not notice Kyra at all, and it's just like, Liz, you saw Kyra. I saw Kyra, so I know you saw Kyra. So then Kyra poses a question, like she usually does. And she says, what brings you peace in a relationship? So Jason takes it upon himself to answer the question. And he says, trust and honesty in a relationship is really important. If a woman is constantly asking you questions and not trusting you, it just ruins the whole relationship.
I thought that was an interesting first thought into what makes a relationship work. She's asking you like what you need, and you're like, I need you not to question. Like I was like, and that's also interesting because he in his confessional during the beginning of the taping said that he had got cheated on a few times. So I was like, it would be one thing if he just straight off the top was like, honesty and transparency are really, and you got to have trust. But he just went into an explanation about if a woman is over here questioning you, then I ain't gonna get no peace.
So then Kyra decides to answer the question. And Kyra says she's looking for somebody who has a provider mentality. And I really like the way she worded it, because it's not even just about finances. It's just about the overall feeling of knowing you have safety and security. Like this person has you emotionally, physically, like they care for you. And it's more than just finances. You want that other person to be your yin to your yang. You want them to be able to finish your sentences. You want to have good conversation with them. You want to laugh with them. You want them to like the things that you like. And just have an overall sense of always being on the same page. Speaking of being on the same page.
What about you, AJ? What do you look for in a partnership?
I heard what you were saying, but somebody got to yield.
Men do not speak from an emotional standpoint. That's the whole idea.
But we have them.
No. The communication is ridiculous. They start arguing, and I'm like, how does this? It's about his answer. How did this turn into an argument?
It's some kind of weird debate going on.
I don't understand it. I don't know. So then Alexis is looking out into what's going on, and she said, this is what I'm talking about. Every time Kyra and AJ get together, it's some sort of conflict.
I was telling Joelle that I don't understand AJ and Kyra's relationship. They argue constantly. It's conflict. I don't understand why you want to always argue. Just my observation.
To me, if I was Alexis, this would let me know that, the writing's on the wall.
Right.
He's more interested in her because he's more attracted and vibes better with her than he does me. I'm not going to be like, well, it looks like it's going to come to an end soon because they keep arguing. So I'm just going to wait for my opening to swoop in and get him.
And that's what she keeps
doing.
And that's what she keeps trying to bring it up to him. Like, you guys always argue. So I wouldn't want to be with somebody who is like, girl. If he would rather be over there arguing with her than be at peace with you over here.
Yeah. He's not for you, girl.
So then we go to the scene where KG pulls Amber to the side. They go to the fireplace. And it's time for her to explain herself, basically. So KG's like, so what happened? What's going on? Okay, well, he kissed me in front of his friends. I didn't want to embarrass him.
Oh my God, Amber, you're a liar. But then you went in your confessional and then you said that when he kissed you, you allowed the kiss to happen and that was reciprocated. So which one is it, Amber?
The gap of information, like no one asked her any follow-up questions. That's the part that's like confusing to me. No one had any extra like, wait, that doesn't make sense. So I'm like, no, I need to know what happened. Like,
exactly.
It's not making no sense. The math is not mathing.
It's not.
1 + 1 is equal to 14. How?
I'm confused.
So basically, KG was like, I don't understand why you didn't tell me because we tell each other everything. We're so open and honest with each other. And then, she's just like, well, I'm sorry. And it won't happen again. And from now, I'm just going to be super duper honest from now on. Because, that's just naturally how I am. And he's just like, oh,
he falls
I love
for it. But if you like it, we love it, KG. I mean, I just don't feel like we got a real explanation.
She didn't explain crap.
Yeah.
It was just like, yeah, I kissed Ron. We was hanging out. I kissed him, but it's not a big deal.
Right.
And everybody was like, oh, well, when you put it that way.
Yeah.
What? I don't know. I don't know what just happened. I don't know if she got she did a Jedi mind trick on him. I don't know what just happened. I was confused.
It worked.
It sure did.
We're clear and we're moving forward.
You kiss Ron Saturday night. So I get a kiss on a Monday night.
You get a kiss. Not on a Monday night.
So now we move into the next scene where everybody's waking up into the morning and we see a few people in the kitchen starting to get breakfast together. We go into Joelle and Venetia's room and apparently they're sharing a room. And Joelle brings Venetia some coffee/tea.
Yuck.
Thank you, babe.
That's tea.
The next morning, I'm feeling very good about my night with Joel. I decided to share a room with him. It's like a mixture of tea and coffee.
Maybe. We slept well. Y'all wanna know something happened now? Ain't nothing happened, you dig? Ain't nothing happened. Something could have happened. And I enjoyed the cuddle. That let me know one thing. I can lay next to this baby.
And
Even if, oh man.
I don't know if I believe that.
I
don't know if I believe him because if you remember, Venetia said she wanted to know what it was like to sleep next to Joelle.
She said that coming in the trip.
Yeah.
And then even when they were like, oh, do you guys want to go pick rooms? She was like, so you knew what you
so happy.
You just wanted to be in a room with him.
Yeah, so happy. I'm not beat. From there, Venetia says, what did you learn about me from yesterday, after our, discussions? And Joelle says pretty much he ain't learned nothing. He just learned that he learned more stuff about other people than he learned about Venetia. And Venetia goes on and she says that she actually learned that Joelle is good at not letting things linger because he decided to apologize instead of letting it ruin the whole trip. He decided to apologize. But Venetia,
a lot of delusion going on.
Yeah. Yeah, because Joelle literally waited from the point of arrival to almost the point of where it was time to go to sleep.
It was dark outside. It was dinner time.
Yeah, that's when you guys found resolve. And there was a lot of pressure to find resolve because you were in a time constraint with being on the trip. Had it not been for that, could it have taken 2 to 3 days to get past this? I think so.
Possibly.
I think
Especially if you guys are not living together in any type of close quarters.
Yes.
He would have stretched that out. Let's not forget that KG had to also run down on him and tell him
that part
that he was dead wrong. So
and in a situation with just you and him, that would not have been there. So I don't think Venetia's really taking the situation for what it is. She's just looking at the end result and just appreciating that they got there.
She's like, well, it got fixed, but look at what you had to go through.
Exactly, and for such a small situation too.
Exhausting. So Joel goes to his confessional and he's saying how, I had to fix it with Venetia. We only got a little bit of time left. I want us to enjoy our time together. That's why I had to go, make things right. That's why I decided that I was going to go fix it. You didn't decide crap. You had to, it was jumping you, trying to get you to do it. What are you talking about? It's the delusion for me.
Right.
But then Venetia says, look, Joelle, don't do nothing else. Okay?
Nothing else.
I'm about tired. You got one more time.
Exactly.
Just act right.
So then Joelle goes on to say, next time you're going to be in the doghouse. You heard me? And Venetia said, what the heck I'm being in the doghouse for? And he says, for putting me in the doghouse. So we going to need 2 doghouses.
So we're going tit for tat.
So we gonna translate this for y'all. For him to say next time you gonna be in the doghouse, put me in the doghouse, that means that next time don't be holding me accountable and try to make me feel like I did something wrong, because then I'm gonna have an issue with you and we gonna have problems.
And I'm just gonna be mad because you're mad. Now we're just both mad. And on top of that, more than likely, I'm gonna wait for you to come say something to me.
Right.
Also. So Joel seems like one of those guys who are, when you meet him, he's a nice person in general. He seems like a sweet person. But it just, the way he thinks doesn't work within the realms of like a relationship.
Right.
So.
All right, so now we're in the kitchen. The women are cooking breakfast for the men. And the men are kind of like going back and forth with the women. And AJ and Kyra have this little banter back and forth.
He goes to his confessional and he says that he knows he needs a woman with a certain level of assertiveness, and Kyra seems to be that type. So I thought that was interesting, because to me that tells me that AJ, you know, you're not a take lead type of guy, and you know that's why it just seems like he doesn't really give much on this show. He doesn't really put in a lot of effort. He knows that he needs the woman that he's with to be the assertive one, to be the take charge type of person. At least he has self-awareness, I guess.
So then Alexis and Liz actually have a side conversation. And Alexis talks about how yesterday was just like a really hard day for her. And Liz goes to say, well, I'm the opposite, because yesterday was so amazing.
Rainbows and butterflies.
She had the horse date with Jason. She was kissing in the gazebo. So she had a really good day yesterday. They was in Jacuzzi. Jason really was not giving Kyra much attention. Like, he really spent the whole day with Liz. He was eating with Liz. Everything was about Liz yesterday. So Liz had a great day yesterday. And she even reiterates in her confessional that she feels like her and Jason's connection is really, really strong. So now Alexis goes into her confessional and she's like, yeah, Jason and Liz, they're a perfect match. But now I feel like I got to compete, because that leaves Kyra and AJ. So now I got to compete with Kyra for AJ.
Her logic is so interesting.
Yeah.
The fact that you're thinking that far out, like, okay, if Liz and Jason are having a good time, right? Okay, that leaves him. He's not an option anymore. So now that he's not an option anymore, Kyra's only option is AJ.
Right.
So now I'm competing against her. So now I gotta go extra hard, because I don't want, like, what is
It's a lot.
I feel like she's just like in her room with like everybody's picture up there.
God.
She's drawing the map and she's like, okay, this person go with this. So if I do this and we'll do, and it's just like, just focus on you.
So then she goes into her confessional and Alexis says, you know, she feels like her and AJ have a peaceful connection and there isn't a lot of conflict. And it's like, listen.
Again with this delusion.
Y'all just had a whole, I gotta pick a bone with you yesterday. For him not picking up your phone calls. You found out he was dodging you. You didn't like that he stopped all communication, but y'all don't have conflict. I mean, if you say so, sis.
So then we go to a scene where Jason takes Kyra to play tennis. And then they sit down and have a conversation, which is very confusing to me. And basically the conversation is like, who do you want? No, who do you want? Who do you want? No, who do you want? And it's like, they're both like, I need you to make a decision on who you want. But also, I haven't made my decision.
Exactly.
So.
And then Kyra says that she felt like she was left out in the cold because Jason paid attention to Liz the whole day yesterday. And then Jason's like, okay, but who do you want? And then Kyra's like, well, that's unfair for you to ask. But you just said that you didn't like. It's, oh my gosh. It's a mess.
Jeez.
It's a whole mess.
It's like, obviously, we're just not going to know to the end, so.
Yeah. So pretty
much.
There's
no point just to keep asking. Just pick who you want.
It's a stalemate. It's a stalemate. Nobody wants to really, really give a definitive answer. And they both leave the conversation unsatisfied.
So then we go to the next scene where AJ and Alexis are going out on a date. They go into the top of this beautiful tower. And this, this is just, the more the show goes on, I'll be like, y'all don't make no sense.
Yeah.
So Alexis is telling AJ, you know, I just want to start this off by saying that, you know, I apologize.
I can't.
My heart was so heavy yesterday. I had so much going on, so much in my head, so much in my heart. And, you know, I feel like I took it out on you, and I just came pop, 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 gun blazing. And I just want to say I'm sorry. And then AJ goes, well, you know, I didn't know you had all that on you, but you know, you just lucky.
Oh my God.
That I'm not the type to, you know, jump off the roof and jump to conclusions and jump.
And then Alexis actually says after that, you're so understanding, and yeah, you handled me so well. And I'm like, what?
What are y'all talking about? Okay. I don't see, this is Alexis. Is it forgiving, or is it just like, I'm just going to eat everything that comes at me? I don't know what's happening. So then Alexis says that, you know, our relationship is just so peaceful. And, you know, my concern for you is that you're going to go into a situation. We know who you're talking about.
Oh my God.
You're going to go into a situation where, you know, the person that you're yoked up with is, you know, it's just a confrontational situation, if you will. It's not necessarily peaceful. If you know what I'm talking about.
Oh my God.
I don't want to say no names.
Oh my God.
It's like, girl, oh my God.
Worry about
yourself.
she
says, I don't want to bring up anybody else because this is our moment, but I'm going to bring up somebody else.
Pretty much.
And, you know, she's just throwing hints like, basically, you shouldn't choose Kyra. You shouldn't choose Kyra. You shouldn't choose Kyra. And he basically says that, you know, he's learning a lot from Alexis. And that he says sometimes, you know, what you need and what you want is just two different things. Sometimes what you need is safe, but it's not as exciting. And that's you, girl. You're safe. Wow. And she says, right? Yeah.
What? That was an insult.
Are you listening? Safe and convenient and comfortable. That doesn't make for a great relationship.
No.
It's like, he's not saying it, you know, as in, I feel safe with you. I feel like I can trust you. It's like, you're safe.
I can have you whenever I want to.
Exactly. That's why I don't know if she interpreted that way. Like, oh, he said he feels safe with me. I don't know if that's definitely not what he meant, girl, but. No. Yikes.
Yeah.
We good? And come and get her.
Yeah, good. I'm the only thing to hug. Is that all I'm getting?
Come here. Me and the
like, if he's not forthright in giving you that affection and physical attention, don't ask for it. It comes off as like begging. I don't.
And that's why you're safe.
So then Cowboy Tommy rolls up. He rolls up on his horse. So he goes to Jason first, and Jason explains that him and Kyra had a conversation. And Kyra says that she's not going to know which way she's going to go until the end. She's not going to make a decision until the end. So for that reason, Jason has to make a choice. So his choice is Liz.
I think this concept of who I really want didn't choose me, so I'm gonna choose my backup.
Right.
Like,
it's super whack. Just say who you really want.
Exactly.
Even if you walk away with no one.
Exactly. If you know you want
really
Kyra and Liz is your backup plan, it's like, because it's like, if she's the backup plan, then it's like, don't you want somebody who makes you feel how Kyra makes you feel?
Exactly.
I'm sure you can find that somewhere.
And Liz deserves somebody who wants them as much as you want Kyra. You don't want Liz
premium
the way you want Kyra.
Choice.
Yeah, so that's not fair.
So then Tommy talks to KG and he says, so how's it going with you and Amber? It's like a setup. Mm-hmm. So how's it going with you and Amber? Oh my gosh, Amber, that Amber, she is as thorough as they come. She's just so honest and transparent and open and caring. Tommy's like, so no drama at all? I mean, there was a little sprinkle of drama, a little something happened. What happened? Well, you know, so he tells him about the situation with Ron, how they kissed and everything. Tommy says, so how does it feel to you to know that happened? That the woman that you say you want to be with, that's your connection, was out here kissing this guy.
Right.
Well, she was honest about it, so I feel like we can move on from it. Like, I feel like I can get over it, because she was so honest about it. And to me, it's like, but she wasn't, though.
Right.
To me, if she would have did like how Liz did with David, and it's like, hey, just wanted to let you know this happened.
Right.
Before you hear from anybody else, hear from me first.
Exactly.
There's a difference in me finding out in a big expose that you did something in front of everybody, in front of all my friends, that you did something, as opposed to without me having to say anything, you come to me, even though it's something that I don't really want to hear, and say it to me and be upfront with it. Like, that's comforting to know that there's that level of honesty.
Exactly.
That's not what happened. You only found out because Ron decided he wanted to be, a little petty.
Mm-hmm.
And then that happened. Otherwise, we don't know if you would have found that out.
Right.
Again, if you like it, I love it.
Right.
So then Tommy goes to Joel and he says, how's everything going with him? He basically just summarizes the whole thing, the whole situation between him and Vernisha. But then he goes to his confessional and says something that's interesting. He says that, at this point, my children are 8. They're getting older.
Yeah.
I don't have the time. I don't have the luxury of time to just keep starting over and trying over and over again with women. And I was like, that's an issue. That sounds like I'm going to just grab a woman real quick to be a mom to my kids type of statement.
We've been saying this since literally episode 1.
I don't got the luxury of starting over. I got to get somebody to get in here with these kids ASAP.
Right.
That's what it sounded like to me. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. So then Tommy speaks with AJ, and he's basically talking about how Jason has the same reservations that he does. They both have, the same feelings towards Kyra. Like, I like her, but I don't know. And, he's basically saying that he's just been observing her this whole time and watching her, and he's still conflicted between her and Alexis.
All right, so now Kyra and AJ are on a date. They're out by a bonfire. She's talking about the stars in the sky. Ain't no stars in the sky, sis. So then
Was that a sign?
I know, right? I was like, what? So then AJ is like, I just want to see where your head is at in this process. He just goes straight for it. And she says that her and Jason had a talk earlier that day. After that talk, she felt like her and Jason are not on the same page anymore. But at the same time, she's not really to flip the switch and just take Jason completely out of the equation. And then AJ comes with the 1-2 combo. He says, I like you as a person.
You're beautiful.
You're a beautiful person, inside and out. And unfortunately, with that being said, we feel you are not ready to love. And Kyra is like, well, damn. Okay. But then they're still holding hands. And she's like, okay, well, can I have my hand back? And he's like, but I don't want to let it go. And then it's like, but what's going on now? What's happening now?
Next week on Days of Our Lives.
Oh my God!
So dramatic.
So unnecessary. Like, it's cheesy.
So you sat there through the conversation with Tommy, deliberated. You say you've been observing her this whole trip. You done thought about it. Decide you want to eliminate her, and then get there and be like,
so what
hold
do you
up,
want to do?
I'm breaking up with you, but wait. Wait for what?
I don't understand. It's like they're both doing the same thing to Kyra. They both want to know where Kyra stands so that they can know what move they need to make next. And it's like, just be honest.
You just send Liz and Alexis home.
Exactly.
And
then y'all both got to duke it out.
Leave
it up to Kyra to make her decision. But they don't want to do that.
Because instead, y'all playing it safe, picking your backup plans. Now Kyra want to go home, but y'all don't even really want her to go home. So it's like,
it's a hot mess. So let us know what you guys think. Did Kyra go home? We saw a preview for the next episode. Did Alexis go home? Is Kyra... I don't know. What's going on? I'm confused.
I don't know. I gotta go drink some coffee tea. Like,
stress. Oh my gosh. But thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for getting to the end of this video. As always, please like, comment, share this video, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that you can know when we drop a new video. And also, don't forget to check out our last video with our Chris interview, where we got into it a little bit about what Chris really thinks about finances and marriage and women and their place in the home and his place in the home. It got real crazy.
Subscribe, hit that notification bell, because part 2 is dropping very soon. So you want to be notified when that comes out.
It is. And as always as well, hit us up on all our social media. Follow us on at SugarandSpice88 on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And we look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Bye.
Good morning. Good energy. Today we gonna spread good energy. Today we gonna share good energy.
I go to work.
Today gonna be a great day.
Wake up, thank God, drink water, meditate.
Good
First
energy.
5 minutes will dictate your whole day.
Good
All
energy.
about that positivity and raising up your frequency.
Good
If you
energy.
negative, you will get removed immediately.
Good
Say
energy.
eat clean, alkaline, nourishing.
Good
What you
energy.
put